Another forgot. What did the computer? All right, Jacob.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Can anybody hear me?
Good morning, Prisca.
Good morning.
I think Jacob is having issues. Victor, you can come on now. Victor, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you missed the previous presentation. You can take this.
The previous. Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
You can hear you clearly.
Which previous unit do I miss? Hello, someone can you hear me?
The previous presentation. The one is
No. Today is my presentation now. Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I'm trying to set up my system.
Of course, yeah. Please start. We're wasting our time. Victor, we are waiting for you.
Okay. Hello. Okay. So I'll be sure. Oh, sorry. So good morning. My name is
You have to on your
Victor.
video also.
Okay. Can anybody see me?
Yeah, we can see you now.
Okay. Up on my screen. Can anybody see my screen?
Still sharing. Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Okay. Okay. So today I'll be talking about the correlation between UX and UI. UX, which is user experience, and UI, which is user interface. Basically, before I start, we all should know that this this concept I'm about to explain is related to websites and web and phone applications. Although this concept can still be applied to what is happening around us, in the sense that basically US is what you experience when using a product. UI is the product itself. Hope you get that. Um, like when you're pressing your phone, the way you feel, that's the user experience, the function of the phone. That okay, I really love this phone. It's really makes me happy. It really gets it really does what I want to do. That's what we call UX and UI. So it's not a new thing that this concept has been like since we've been every product we've used over time. We've always have this experience, even though the word is just con. That was sorry. So moving forward, the table content. I'm going to talk about introduction, meaning of UX, meaning of UI, the examples, the process involved in UX and UI design, correlation between UX and UI, the difference between UX and UI, the advantage of UX and UI. So as I was saying, the word UX is not just coined like last
Victor,
year. Yeah.
you are not presenting the slides.
Can you see my slide?
Yeah, but you are not presenting it. It's too small. You have to present it out. You don't get what I'm saying?
Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay, okay. Sorry. Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah, yeah, we can see it now.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so as I was saying, UX was first coined in 1990s. Although before then, they don't have a word for it. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I hope you get like the things like let's just say during the early men, you see people living in caves. Like the experience they have when living in cage compared to now, you see that the experience has involved like okay, we are in our shelter, we are in our house, we have this clothes and all. So that experience is what we call UX. So it was first coined in the 1990s by Dr. Donald Norman, an electrical engineer and cognitive scientist at Apple, a pioneer of user-centered design. Is the one that coined the word UX, which is the user experience. So moving on. So I said the meaning of UX. I said the meaning of UX is associated with the overall experience regarding a person's emotion, yeah, the anticipation and or reaction when testing a product. The feeling you have when you're using a product, like okay, well, this product is amazing. That this product is just beautiful. Just imagine when we started using phone, when you started seeing when you started using phone, it was 2G. Then from there, it started evolving to 3G and 4G. Be like, damn, this 5G is just fast that when you just press it, when you click it like this, poof, it has gone to where you want it to be. So you enjoy this experience, and this will even bring people to want to use the product. That's what we call UX, the feeling, the experience, the emotion that is behind a product. That's what we call UX. So moving on to UI. So UI is design is the process designers use to build interface in software or computerized devices, focusing on looks or style. Okay, so let me use this as an example. You know this ketchup bottle, the glass one and the plastic one that you can squeeze. You know, if you watch them closely, both of them are UI, like, as in their user interface that you can hold, you can see the way they build it, but the experience is different. Unlike the glass one, the plastic one, you can squeeze it, that you see that it is convenient, but the glass one, you'll be shaking it before the ketchup comes out. In that way, you see that the experience involved in the two is different. When they ask you to choose one, you definitely you will most likely want to pick the one that you squeeze and it will come out. That's what we call user experience. And over time, people have been trying to perfect people have been trying their best to make sure the experience gotten from their product is great, that the people talk positive about their product. That's why UI and UX is very essential. So as I was saying about UI, I said it is the interface. So for example, look at this Facebook. When you look at the second one, you see all this icon below it. It shows you where to go, how to go. You understand? That's what we call UX. Like, okay, if I click this is where it will go. Okay, if I click this is where it will go. So that's what it is. Like the UI part is the picture use, the colors, the layout, everything. That's what we call UI. And I know most of us would have visited a lot of applications that once we enter it, even before we even bother to check what's inside it, will be turned off because of why? Because of the layout, because of the color, because of the font they use. Those are what we call UI, because it is the visual representation of what they are trying to show. Like, okay, the visual representation of that product will determine whether you want to even try to experience what the product is about. Hope you get that. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is the experience that you got from that. If the UI, if you don't like the user interface, if you don't like the interface of the product you want to get, you won't even bother to check to want to experience what it's about. Hope you get that. So let's go to this phone calls. Like when you open your phone and you try to dial, even without telling you that, okay, these are the numbers you will press before, these are the digits you press to call whoever you want to call. Once you see it, you know that, okay, this is where I'll put the number, this is the bar I will press that I will send the call. Hope you get it. That's what we call user experience. Like you're experiencing it, okay, yes, I've seen the interface, but interacting with it, that's what we call UX. I hope you get that. Okay, so process involved in UX and UI design. This is referred to as design thinking. These are the process that you have to go through when designing a website or an application for a phone. So the first one I said empathize. Like the first stage, like you have to empathize. You have to understand the problem. Like, okay, you have to experience the problem that people are experiencing. For example, when I was in university, there's this guy that was handling a project. Well, I think the project was about all these is it Agberus? Sorry to say that. The Agberus in the garage, all this car park and all. So in order for him to understand them, he didn't just assume that, okay, all those people, they are tout, they don't have sense, they don't do this and that. Instead of him making an assumption, he instead become a bus conductor to experience what they experience. So this empathize, it helps to cancel all assumptions. Just like an example that a friend of mine gave the other day. He said that because you've dated 2 girls, and because those girls are stupid, doesn't mean all girls are stupid. Sure, you understand? It's like, because of those 2 people, you can't just make assumption for everybody. So until you experience it, you can't just know what to do. The next one is define. You have to, after gathering the information you need from the empathic perspective, you have to put all this information gathered together to be able to determine the core problem of the core problem you are trying to solve. That's like when Uber came. Before then, all of us are going into public transport. But when they come, they try to understand what is going on, what they can do. So they organize an app that they can help both the driver, both the driver, both people with their personal car, and help to convert people from their destination to wherever from where they are to wherever they want to go to. That's what we call define. Okay, so the ideas, which is what I call ideas. This is where you generalize the idea you need to solve the problem. The first one, you've emphasized that, okay, yes, these are the information about the problems I want to solve. The next one, you've defined it like, okay, yeah, this is the problem I want to tackle. Now is not the idea. Like, you start thinking out of the box, like, okay, what can I do? Okay, should I provide cars, or should I talk to people that has these cars that they want to make some extra cash? So you start bringing different ideas to solve the problem. So after that, you now go to prototype. Like, okay, before we test this thing, before we give it to the public, let's give it to members of our team. Let's give it to a group of people to test it out and see that, okay, yes, I like this. Like, okay, when you develop an app and you like, okay, let us give it to some people, let them try it out first. Let them tell us about the experience they have when interacting with it. Like, okay, yes, and when they tell you that, okay, no, I don't really enjoy this experience. Be like, okay, what's the problem? You look at it, you solve it. Then after that, you not put it to test. Like, you not give it out to test that, okay, well, we've done the necessary things. Let's see how the masses go about it. Then after that process, when you see that there are still some things lacking, you go back into it. You start all over again. Like, you try to fix the problem. That's why this process is not just a one way. Like, this design thing is not just a one-way thing. It's not as if when you've done everything, you just leave the app, you just leave everything like that. You have to still study it. You have to still understand what it is. So this is just to show you how important UX and UI is. Without UX, UI designer will just be like a painter that is just pouring paint on the wall. It is this UX that will guide them that, okay, I think this is where the navigation is supposed to be. That when people press it, this is where they go, they scroll down, they look at the first page, they want to see the information, they want to see about us and stuff like that. That's what it is. So UX is like the guideline for UI, for a better user interface. So the next one, I talk about the connection between UX and UI. As I said, one drives the other. Just the example I use now. I said that a UI without a UX is just like a painter that is just pouring paint on the wall without without the direction. Okay, get that? And a UX is just like a frame without a paper or a picture in it. Like, just frame, just there. So the next one, I say UX research helps with the improvement of UI. Yes. So it is when you do the user experience research that you know, okay, this is what people feel, this is what they need, this is how to do about it, and you know, okay, let me improve. So in order to have enough customer, in order to have enough people attend to my app, in order to have a lot of people to check my blog out, they will check my website out and stay on it and keep coming back because the user interface is on point, because the colors is brilliant, the font, the text, everything is brilliant. Sorry. So this US research helps with that. Next one, I said optimizing UI can greatly improve UX. When you optimize the user interface, when everything is on point, it can influence it will improve the way people feel things. And over the years, like before the invention of all this phone that we use, you use landline when you want to communicate people. You see people traveling to because they want to talk to you, they want to send a message or mail and stuff like that. This experience is really, although that time it might not really be bad, but when people look at it, they say like, okay, because UX is all about improving your experience, like improving that. Okay, this product, how can I make it better? That's why Norman said that a product is not an island. It's like over experience, the experience that people have been gathering over time. That's what becomes a product. A product is not just a product, it's about the experience. Okay. Hello, can anybody still hear me? Okay. And so we have to differentiate between UX and UI, because before I also understand that there's a difference, it took a long while, because a lot of people they interchange, like they think UX is UI, UI is UX. They are different, although they work together. Like when I said the US part, I said it is the interaction design, like how you feel when you're interacting with the design, like, okay, well, this experience, I love it. It's amazing, it's fast, it's efficient. Then you go to wireframes and prototypes, like, okay, well, this is where it's supposed to be. This is where the navigation is going to be. Okay, this is where the picture will be. Let me put this color, let me put this symbol. That's what we call wireframes and prototypes. Like, okay, well, text it out. Let's see what you feel. Okay, after that, the information architect, like the information, they are the one that gather the information needed. Like, okay, these are the information, these are what people need. When you are designing an app or a website, you have to have a targeted audience. Like, okay, well, this app is for students. So when you're designing something for students, you have to know what to use. Like, you have to make research. Like, okay, what do students like? What do people, students feel comfortable interacting with? The user research. You have to look. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. This is where I'm targeting. Like, okay, let's say people from Nigeria between this age to this age. These are the people I want on my side. These are the people I want on my app. So you have to go with that. And the scenarios, you have to play. That's why I said that ideas. That you have to play every scenario. Like, okay, in this scenario, what will have happened? And when designing when you are designing your app, you have to make sure that it is not going to be like too long. Like when people want to go to this page, you have to go through like, because they want to go to something like a page 5, they have to now be going to page 1, page 2, page 3. They can easily just go to that page 5 and just click it. Hope you get that. So let me talk about the UI part. The UI part is visual design, like what you can see with your eyes. UX is the way you interact with it. Visual design, the colors, graphic designer, the layout, the typography. These are part of what we call UI. This is user interface. So advantages of UX and UI. I said it increases customer acquisition and loyalty. Because when your app is good, when your website layout, everything is on point, your customer will, you keep seeing customer. And those people that have come, they'll keep staying because they're like, yes, I love that app. It's amazing. It's easy to navigate. It's not as if I will have to go to this. It's not as if I will have to read a manual before I get to use it. That's why, for example, I know, I'm not gonna lie, this app, Binance, when I downloaded it, it looked somehow to me because I could not even understand how I'm going to navigate it. But over time, I was able to do that. Hope you get. So let your customer, let your audience, let them know that once they open the app, they should be able to easily navigate through it. And once your app makes sense, people will keep coming back and even refer you to other people. And that's how you keep getting more customer. But once the product is bad, once the website, the app is bad, you'll be like, don't even try that app. It's really bad. The day I tried it, I don't know. I just hope you get. So it is this UX, UI that will make people to come more and keep coming. You have to, it maximize revenue generation opportunities. Yes. So as I said, when your customer keep improving, then the revenue generated through it is going to what? Keep increasing. But once people leave your app without even checking everything, without even interacting with it, it's bad. That's why you have to make sure the design makes sense. Everything about it is perfect. Sure, along the way, there will be other people that will also create something that will be more than yours at that particular time. But at that moment that you are designing it, you have to make sure that you are creating something of the highest order. And that's why I said optimize resources, development time, and cost. Yes, because before, if you don't do the US part without doing the research and all, if you just start designing and you start designing, you see that people will complain, you go back again, you do it, you put it there, people complain, you go back again. So the development time, the cost, and every resources there is it's getting it's taking too long. But once you've done your research, you know that, okay, these are how I'm going to use the resources. This is the development time, this is the time frame that I will use. This is what would cost me. So UX UI helps with that. It's help you get more insight from user engagement. Like, okay, once you put the app there, the engagement you see with you see with the app, like, okay, people are really engaging with it. Yeah, this is what it is. This is what they want. So it gets more insight. Like, okay, what am I going to do next to improve on my next app, or to update it? Say it reduced troubleshooting and associated costs. Going back, just what I said, all this going back and running it again, going back and running it again. This has helped with it. It has helped to simplify it. That makes it easy. So thanks. So in summary, what I'm trying to say is that UX and UI are two different entities, as I said, in terms of definition. But the two they work together. They are co-dependent in function, meaning they both provide users with the best experience derived from using a product. UX is the user-centered research. Remember, once you are designing anything, your product, it is for people. So you have to think about the people that want to use the product. It has to be user-centered, like, okay, these are the people that want to use it. So I'm going to create it according to what the popularity of what the majority of people needs. You can't just design, make an app. If you make the app and it's beautiful and it's not what your user needs, it's not what your user wants, that's going to be like a waste of product. So user interface is more on the developer side implementation that makes the user experience satisfactory. Hence, I said one cannot fully exist without the other. UX is measured on how much the user or customer enjoys interacting with the product through the UI design, through the visual design. Through the visual design, that's when people can experience the product, like, okay, yes, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm interacting with. It's not like oxygen. It's not something you don't see. It's not like stuff like that. Hope you get. So I said user interface main goal is to provide users with a great experience while interacting with the product. Although these two entities may be differ in implementation, they are different when it comes to people like, okay, these are the people that do research, these are people that do this. So they are different in implementation, but they coexist. They work together to give the user the utmost experience that can be derived from that product. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so that's the end. Does anybody have a question for me?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, fire on. I'm listening. Hello, can anybody see me?
Yes, okay. My question is that Is there a difference between the UI design and the US? Because I was off when you were explaining that part.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
want to
Yeah.
know their
Okay, they are different because as I said, UI is the visual design, is what you can see. You can see your phone, but what you
yeah.
derive from using your phone, the functions, the pictures, everything about the phone is what the experience, the emotion behind it. That's what we call US. The phone you see, the layout, everything, that's what you call UI.
Oh, okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think I'm a bit clear.
Okay, thank
My
you.
question, my own question is still like, that difference. I did not get it much. Like, is it appropriate for me to say I'm a UI developer or a UX developer, or well, we should always use the two together because from your
Okay, okay. Yeah, I like that question. Okay, so it's possible to say you are a UX designer and you are a UI. Is, as I said, they are different. Sure, you get, like me now, I'm a graphics designer. I can easily say I can call myself a UI designer because I'm more of the visual design. There are people that are doing the research. Sure, you get. So in an organization, they can have a UX designer and a UI designer. It is now you that can decide that, okay, let me combine the two. Hope you get.
oh, okay.
They are
But
both different. They are both different. You can have one person that will be doing UX design without doing the visual design. You can have people that will be doing the UI design without doing the UX design, and you can have people that will do both. Sure, you understand? Just like a front end developer and the back end developer, you can have people that are full
Okay.
stack.
I have a question.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the person that asked the question now, did I answer your question?
sorry, like I still want to ask again. Like, are you trying to say that the UX aspect of it is the research? Like,
I didn't get that.
like you said, the UI are the ones that actually do the interface, those visual things you can see.
Okay.
But then the UX says the emotion, something like that. It doesn't look like an entity from your
No, I didn't say
explanation.
emotion. I said all the UX are the people that go to do the research. Like, okay, this is what people will be needing. Like, okay, let's think about it. Like, okay, what's the problem going on? Like, what's the problem we are trying to solve? Um, okay, I think it is the problem of education. Like, okay, which app can we do? Sure, you understand? It is the UX that will identify the problem they are trying to solve. UX is not identifying the problem of the user. Like, the UX
Okay, I get,
people are the
I
one
get.
going into the market, like, okay, this is the problem we want to solve. Okay, so after doing everything, all the research around it, you now tell the UI that, okay, well, this is what I want you to do. Like, this is this is what they want. It is app they want, because these people that we are trying to give this product to their Android users, and they go to Play Store to download. So it is now you that will now figure out, okay, let me design something that is going to be beautiful. The layout is going to make sense. You understand?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, thank you.
sorry, sorry.
Okay.
Can I talk? Yes.
Sure,
So
sure.
I have a question. Wait, let me talk. Oh.
No, it's not a question. I'm not asking. I just
Um,
want to emphasize what you just said concerning the
oh,
difference.
okay. Go ahead.
All right. So I think UX, just the priority of UX is what's feeling the user as after using the app or something, or the website. Am I correct?
Yes.
That's the use of navigate. I mean, the ease of navigation,
Yes.
right into it, exactly. And UI is focused on the beautification of color and the likes. How beautiful the app.
Exactly.
Okay.
Someone said
Okay.
you want to ask a question.
Yeah. So my question is this: so are you going to say a UI designer and a graphics designer are the same people?
You said?
What is the difference between a UI designer and a graphics designer? Because it's not always the same. It's
Okay.
not always the same.
Yeah, it's not always the
I
same.
know UI designers that are not graphics designer. You get, so you hear
Okay.
someone say I'm a UI DX designer, not a graphics designer.
Okay. So
What's the difference?
the difference is that the first of all, the tools used is going to be different. Although the knowledge of a graphics designer can be applied to a UI, because basically a graphic designer is concerned about the colors of a flyer, the colors, the typography, the images used, which is also applied to UX. Hope you get. But UX is just about apps. It's all about websites. Why graphic designer is all about the about flyers, about banners, about all this. But there is that a graphic designer can also design. Hope you get that. Hello, am I still on?
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? I said yes.
Okay. So they are, like, in terms of when they are designing, they kind of look alike, because the concept behind them is almost the same. Although when designing a user interface, there are things that a UI knows that a graphic designer does not know. Like, okay, where would the navigation bar be? A graphic designer might not know that, because he's not dealing with web app. He's not dealing with application. Is not dealing with website, so he doesn't know all those things. All he knows is how to beautify it, but it is a UI that will know that, okay, this is where I'll put the navigate, this is where I'll put the bar that will go to the next, this is where I'll put the menu bar, this is where I'll put the home. Hope you get that.
Can I ask a question, please?
Go on.
Okay, from your explanation, can we say a graphic designer does icon, banners, and other things that is common around us, while a UI deals with web development, designs, and software, and anything related to software development, designs?
Yeah, they are majorly focused on that area, while all these ones are all focused on the other area.
Okay.
Did I answer your question? Because a graphic designer does not know where some things are in the when designing the app. They don't even know where to get some of those things. Did I answer your question?
Okay.
Sorry,
Yes.
My network broke off. Can you recap, please?
Recap as in the whole presentation, or part?
No, not the presentation. I asked the question about the difference between, but the network went off. Yeah. The difference between the UI designer and the graphics designer. Just like two sentences.
Okay. I thought you were there when I was answering. Okay. As
No,
I said,
I just came back now.
As I said, the concept behind both are the same in terms of, okay, the colors, the meaning of colors, the typography, the type of font they are supposed to use, the images, the representation, all this, they are the same concept. Hope you get that. But the difference is that one is majorly based on applications and development, web development and apps, as in phone apps. One is majorly concerned about that, while the other is majorly concerned about things like flyers, logos, banner. You can't go and meet a UI designer that you want to design a logo, although only a few of them will know how to design it. Sure, you get that. When you go to me, they'll be like, no, I don't design logo. That all I'm concerned about is the app, the way the app will look like. A UI designer knows where the icons are supposed to be, where the navigation are. If you ask a graphic designer to design an app now, although he might design it, but it's going to be according to what he sees. Like, he might just go into YouTube and just go and make research. Like, okay, let me see how apps look like. Okay, so they will talk about, okay, this is where you are supposed to put the application. This is where you are supposed to put the icons, the menu bar, the next page, the about us, the content about the page. Sure, you get. They are different because this one focus on application and websites. Hope your network is good, Sha.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Okay. Was I able to answer your question?
Yes, you were.
Okay, thank you. Any other question?
Hello, good morning, Victor.
Good morning.
Yes, do you mean that user experience is like a foundation, and UI is like building on, UX is what am I saying? Okay, UI is like building on UX. UX is like foundation, and we build UI built on what UX has done, or what?
Yes. Because it's only when UI can also design, but once they design, they won't know how people feel when they are interacting with that product. So they will just design based on what they feel like. Okay, I think this is beautiful. Although it might look beautiful, but is that really what your audience really needs? It is UX that will be like, okay, this is what the audience needs. Okay, so UI, this is what you have to do. This is in the line you have to do. Okay, so now figure out how we're going to make it work. Hope you get that. So it is the foundation of UX that UI is building on.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Another question?
Wait, foundation of, you say is the foundation of UX that UI is building on.
Yes.
Okay. You said you also say user interface is the product itself, while UX is the experience, the feeling that the consumer got.
Yes.
So, okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get something.
Okay, I understand.
Is it that?
What
Is it that?
I'm trying to.
What I just feel is user interface. User interface is what brings about user experience. Once your interface is good, once your interface is beautiful and navigable,
let me now ask you something.
user experience.
Are you listening? Can you? Okay. Yeah. So let me explain to you like this. Once you want to design something, the user interface, you can design it. Yeah, you can give it out. Yeah, but did you do research? Is it what people need? If you don't do research and you put the product out there, the product might waste because a lot of people not want to.
Excuse me, please. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Mrs. Comfort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can. Yes, we can.
I'm in charge of making calls in my team. I think I would like to receive some calls from clients. And I think the time is over for I didn't hear.
Yeah, you may go. Abubakar.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for attending this morning session. I hope you can still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, cool. All right. It's time for take stand-ups. Please, let's make sure we attend. Okay. Have a good day.
Yes, good morning. Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.